I don't own a Mac. I use Ubuntu. And somehow I ship my first iOS app to the App Store with probably the worst combo ever, Linux plus iPhone. So the question is, can you actually build an iOS app without a Mac? Short answer, yes. Long answer is interesting. I've been building SaaS for a while now and I use Ubuntu. It's fast, reliable, it's the laptop that I used to have, and so far so good. But suddenly I have an idea that I thought that will perform better as a mobile app than a SaaS. Meet Testio. And I decided to go for that with my Ubuntu laptop, so I choose React Native plus Expo. So instead of switching machines, I went for that. I wanted to know how far I could go, and I chose React Native plus Expo, and actually I went quite far because I ship it. And you're probably wondering why I didn't go for Android market. The truth is iOS is more convertible to premium users than Android, so that's why I choose to go for iOS app first, and also I have an iPhone. So here is exactly the stack I use. Frontend and UI Rork, icon Rork, app layer React Native plus Expo, Backend Next.js plus Python, database Postgres, Auth custom JWT, and payments RevenueCat. Yes, Next.js and Python is a really weird backend combo, but I'm very familiar with Next.js from my SaaS, so I wanted to build a boilerplate for my future apps. And also I'm very familiar with Python, and I'm using some libraries that I just can use with Python, so that's why I integrate both of them. So I basically vibe code the whole front end, but for the backend I really wanted to do it myself as the logic was a little bit more complicated, and yes, obviously I use AI, but I wanted to be in charge. Here is the thing, you cannot build locally for iOS without a Mac. No Xcode, no local simulator, no native builds. So what do? You push everything to Expo. Yes, every time. You write code, push, wait for Expo to build it remotely, download, and test on your iPhone. It works, but it changes your workflow. You need to batch things, you need to think before you push. And in a weird way, it makes me more disciplined. Now let's talk about the friction. RevenueCat. You can properly test in Expo Go anything involving native modules or in-app purchases require a real bill. So every time I wanted to test payments, push, cloud bill, install, and test. It's slower than having a Mac with Xcode, and also debugging native issues is way harder. But here is the honest part. If you are building an MVP, if you are validating an idea, if you just need to ship, you don't need a Mac. Expo removes 90% of the pain. And the App Store doesn't really care what machine you use. My app is live and is built on Ubuntu with an iPhone for testing. If you don't have an iPhone, in that case, I just really recommend to get one, but you can get one very cheap on eBay second hand around $20-30. So that's it. Would I recommend ship an iOS without a Mac? If you are building something very simple, yes. But if you are building heavy native integration, complex background task, or low-level iOS feature, buy a Mac. No because it's impossible, it's because your time is worth more than fighting tooling. For me, this was about not letting hardware to be an excuse. No Mac, no perfect setup, just shipping. And honestly, that mindset matters more than the machine. And if you are building and you are waiting for the perfect conditions, probably they will never come. So just start now. If you enjoy this kind of videos, just please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.